Okay, a lot of people get confused between what's the difference between multiples and divisors. All right, what multiples? So let's say if they ask you a question, list the multiples of 12 that are less than 61. Basically, the multiples is, let's imagine that we've got the multiplication table of 12, okay? So 12 times 1, 2, 3, 12 times 4. Basically, what you need to do is just take the answers of that table of multiplication of 12. So it's 12 and then 24 and then 12 times 3, 36, 12 times 4, 48, 12 times 5 is 60. Okay, so the multiples of 12 are 12, 24, 36, 48, and 60. Of course, there is more, but here like, they will gonna give you a limit less than 61. Otherwise, you'll keep going like 12 times 30, like you'll keep going. That's why sometimes when they ask you about multiples, they'll give you a limit. Okay, and of course, there's another way. It's easier way if you don't want to just like guess the answers for every two numbers that you can multiply them with each other. You could just start like with 12 and add 12. That's 24. Add 12 on 24, that's 36. Add 12, that's 48. Add another 12, that's 60. Okay, so that's the multiples. Usually the multiples are easy to find. Now, if they ask you, list the divisors of 12. How are you going to be finding this? What does that mean, divisors of 12? That means that you need to find the numbers that what can you multiply with to what can you multiply numbers together to give you 12. Okay, so you're gonna be focusing the answer should be 12, and you need to be looking what the two numbers that you multiply them together, and they'll give you the answer of 12. So just always they're gonna be one and the number. They'll ask you the same number, which are the divisors of that number. So let's start with 1 and that number, 1 and 12. And I usually like to give a gap between these numbers so I'll show you how you can do them. It will be easy. So you leave a gap. So that means 1 times 12 is 12. What do you do next? Is 2. 2 times what gives you 12? 2 times 6. That means you have 2 and then 6. Okay? Now let's move to 3. See if we can multiply 3 with something and then it will give us 12. Yes, we have 3 times 3 times 4 will give us 12. So 3 and then 4. Now 3, 4 consecutive numbers. That's it. These are the divisors of 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay? Now they ask you list the divisors of 36. How are you going to be finding the divisors of 36? We say you start with 1 and then of course the number which is 36. So 1 times 36, 36. Now you try with 2. Is there a number that you can multiply it with 2 that gives you 36? What do you think? So yes, 2 times 18 is 36. So you put 2 here and 18 here. This will help you know that whatever you're multiplying here, that will give you the answer of 36. What about 3? 3 times what gives you 36? 3 times 12. So you put 3 here and 12 here. What else? What about 4? Is there a number that you can multiply by 4 and then it gives you 36? Yes, it's easy, which is in the multiplication table. 4, 8. Okay, 4 times 8 is it'll give you 36. Okay, so 1 times 36, 36. 2 times 18 is 36. 3 times 12 is 36. And then 4 times 9 is 36. Okay, what else? and then 6, because 6 times 6 is 36, but you don't put it twice, so you just put 6 once. Okay, so these are the divisors. If you want to be looking at divisors, now they ask you what are the common divisors of 12 and 36. So basically you got the divisors of 12, you got the divisors of 36. You'll just need to just look at the common ones. So 1, 2, also it's here, 3, what else, 4, and then 6, also 12. Okay, so these are the common divisors. Sometimes they will ask you what is the greatest common divisors, the greatest, which is the biggest number, then you will answer 12, right?